Today we are going to Historic Brawl to play with a subscriber submitted deck, running El as il-kor and Lurrus as companion. So thanks to Jordi for sending me this amazing list. The deck is super cool, so thanks buddy. So El as il-kor is kind of a commander blood artist. We want to send him to the battlefield early and start chipping away life from our opponents while we do our thing, which is playing small creatures, sacrifice them for value and bringing them back. If we cast an actual blood artist, we can accelerate the process. But the true MVP of the deck is Lurrus as companion. This kitty cat is the key piece to reuse our entire graveyard, and if itself dies, we will bring him back as many times as we can. That's the game plan. Slowly drain our opponents, kill anything that moves on the other side of the board, try to win these games as fast as possible. If you enjoyed this video and the daily content, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like. It would be amazing if you could support the channel. What's up everyone, welcome back one more time. You know the deal, we play Historic Brawl. Today we are running with El as il-kor and accompanied by Lurrus of the Dream Den. So yeah, this is a Lurrus deck submitted by Jordi, one of my subscribers. And yeah, this is a very nice deck, or soft deck, trying to, of course, abuse the use of Lurrus and yeah, just graveyard synergies, a lot of reanimation, lots of way to abuse our graveyard, and I think it's a very solid build. I think Jordi is using this deck in the competitive Brawl League, so you should check this out. Check the description for the entire list. I think it's a very competitive deck, and we are going to take it out for a spin. Alright, we are playing versus Kenrith, so a pretty interesting way of beginning. We already have Ilas on the battlefield, and we will check their hand using Duress. Escape to the Wilds, Mythos of Brokos, and Wilderness Wreck, and then a couple of creatures. Let's take the Wilderness Wreck, and I think I'm just going to play the Null Priest without kicker. 2/1 lifelink menace, good enough. Makes good use of our mana. I think that playing against a deck like Kenrith, we can go faster, we can avoid their strongest cards. And right now, so we are missing a land drop. The question is, do we put Lurrus on our hand or do we go Priest? I think what we're trying to do is we are trying to set up this loop with Sigardian Evangel and Lurrus, in which Sigardian Evangel can go to the graveyard and we can recast it with Lurrus and tap their whole team out and create infinite Evangels, or, well, not infinite, but many Evangels. So let's put Lurrus on our hand and see what they do. Just a Krasis. Okay, so just a Krasis. Opponent is, yeah, their draw was pretty slow, so we are benefited by that. But okay, we will take it. So now we can do this. So look at this. We can Sigardian Evangel, play it twice and tap their team. So we can tap Krasis. This gives us another. This card is so broken. I mean, all right. So we can tap the Enforcer again, and then the last copy will go to the graveyard. Meaning that in the next turn, if we can play Lurrus and find another land, we can start this loop every turn. It's insane. It's an insane card. Sigardian Evangel with Lurrus is even more broken. So we have a Kaya's Ghost form. That's another very good card with Lurrus. Gives protection to our creatures. We can recast it from the graveyard. So yeah, this deck looks wonderful, pretty well tuned up, and we'll see how far we can get. All right, so there's the 5th land. Opponent just escaped to the wilds, but did not hit something really interesting. So we will do what we were planning on doing, which is Lurrus plus the Sigardian Evangel one more time. Question is, what do we tap? Do we tap Krasis and maybe trade with and yeah, just Now we have to tap Enforcer, so we force them to block with Krasis. And I'm wondering if I'm supposed to attack with Elas. I think I'm going to hold it back. We still can play it from the graveyard with Lurus if they would trade, but I don't want to run the risk of losing the commander. So yeah, we ping them, and we're looking very good because next turn we can do the Guardian Evangel combo one more time. Opponent casts a Teferi, Master of Time, loots, throws away a Triumph, and just settle a while. Alright, so this is game. This is game over for them because we even find the 6th land. We can recast the Guardian Evangel. Yeah, too strong, good game. We are back for more Elas il-kor plus Lurus versus Alela. I hope you're enjoying the content. If you do, it would be great if you could subscribe to the channel. Been putting so many hours in the creation of the daily content, so if you could support me, I would find it super useful. We are trying to grow the channel. The channel is doing great. I think that for this little time that we have been doing it, everything points towards the right direction. I would really like to accelerate at some point, and well, I hope I'm doing every day a better job in bringing better content to you. I think you will find that my content is ever evolving, and hopefully you find it interesting enough. And if you can support me by just subscribing and watching the videos, liking, that would be so good, so good. So okay, Elas il-kor. On the battlefield we put Lurus into our hand, and we are already at a very good situation playing it against Alela. So what we want to do is we want to close this game before they start generating the value with Alela. Alela comes down to the battlefield and starts producing their flyers by casting artifacts and enchantments, and we really want to avoid that because I think that we lose in the late game. So let's try to push as much damage as we can, and I think I want to hold Fateful Absence in hand because I want to kill Alela on the spot when they play it. Opponent looks at the Bone Color Cleric and Essence scatters it. Alright, so good thing that we didn't play the lures. Yeah, so now if we... Oh, opponent goes for the Patient Rebuilding. Alright, so that... Well, that can be good or bad depending on the luck they have. So we find the 5th land, so we might as well just deploy Lurus. And now that this is active, we can recast the Cleric. Value, immediate value from Lurus. You want to play Lurus anytime that you can get the immediate value. Opponent hits 1 land from our top, so that's going to draw them an extra card. Sometimes you run Lurus too early into the game, into a direct removal spell, and you might as well wait for it to provide a value. Alright, so they play like a pacifism effect, although that doesn't hurt us because that means we can Village Rites the Lurus, draw 2, and with this Missionary we can bring Lurus back to our hand. And yeah, let's draw 2 here. Ping them for 1. Yeah, you know, Elas il-kor, the static ability adds up. It really adds up, and in this type of deck where you're sacrificing your creatures, small creatures are dying, you're reusing them, it really adds up. And sooner enough you find them, yeah, opponent scoops. Soon enough you find, yeah, opponent with 15-16 life. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue to play historic brawl decks, and we continue to play Elas il-kor. This was a deck submitted by Jordi, a subscriber of the channel. If you're a subscriber of the channel, I invite you to message me, send me your lists. I I really like playing the decks that other people have put their hours into optimizing. And if you're not a subscriber, you can send me the list regardless, and I will play it also. Of course, if you can consider subscribing, it would be better. But I feel like this channel, we could be a mix of brews that of my own brews, but I would actually prefer to play decks from other people, because I think that when you are putting daily content, it's very, very difficult to play optimized lists and really to have the time to create them from scratch. So I really enjoy playing other people's brews, and most importantly, I really enjoy when you explain to me how am I supposed to pilot it. So it's not like I can just net deck a deck and play well with it. I am really interested in you giving me your tips on how am I supposed to pilot it. And Jordi did that. He really gave me very good tips beforehand. So yeah, I'm hopeful. I'm doing a good job. Opponent on Soul of Windgrace plays a Gitrog, but this is the bad Gitrog. This is the Alchemy Gitrog. Okay, we find an extra lamb. And let's see here, 3 mana. Well, might as well start playing il-kor. And then the only play that we can do, well, we could also play Stonecoil Serpent, but we might as well play the 2/1 tapped. We can even attack with the 2/2 manas. Okay, opponent creates a treasure and Soul of Windgrace. I would be really worried if they had ways to mill or put lands into the graveyard, but two things. They are missing land drops and they haven't found a way to fill their graveyard yet, so they are not at a very, very good position. We need to find removal for their creatures though, but yeah, this is not a scary Windgrace at the moment. The attack with the 6/6 makes sense. We cannot block. Ooh, and a Rite of the Oblivion just in time. Just in time to deal with Windgrace. I mean, the question here is, do we deal with the 6/6 or the 5/4? I don't think the 6/6 is really very good at this moment. I think that Soul of Windgrace has more upside for them. So we might as well Rite of Oblivion the Soul of Windgrace. And we should sacrifice the conscript that can come back from the graveyard later. And this gives us a good attack. Yeah. No, conscript cannot come back yet. So I'm not afraid of them attacking us. I think that we chip away their life and we gain small amounts of life, that we are the aggro at this moment. They are down to 18 and we can decide whether we play one of these truth drops or we play Cathar Commando with Flash. But I think I'm going to just Stonecoil Serpent. This gives me a good blocker for the Black Market Tycoon, not for Gitrog because it has menace, but yeah, there's a treasure for them. They find the 4th land, so now they have access to 6 mana. That's Windgrace mana. Ooh, Ball of Citadel. Alright, so that's scary. That is really, really scary. Great Henge, full value. Whoa, whoa, opponent. Down to 5, plays a Nissa. I mean, they are on the verge of losing the game. I mean, we could drain them pretty easily from here. Let's see. They animates the pathway, they play Azusa. More lands. Wow, opponent. Kind of going off, but they are just at 5 life. What do they do? I mean, we have to find a way to close this, but we have ways to sack our creatures. We opponent casts a Crooks of Fate and suicides. We continue to crush people with Ella's il-kor plus Lurus. Wow, this has been already a super powerful deck. It feels pretty good to play with. And now we're going up against Jan Jansen. So Jan Jansen are Mardu. They are trying to deploy some artifacts and start their loopy loops where they sacrifice their artifacts and create non-creature or create some artifact creatures, and then they can continue to do that. If they find a way to untap Jan Jansen, they can kind of go off. So we will try to see if we can remove some of their key pieces with the interaction that we have in hand. We have a Vanishing Verse, we have a March of the Otherworldly Light. So you have to know exactly what pieces to remove from their deck. Alright, opponent passes. So there was a trigger, kind of a shock trigger or a lightning bolt trigger. There was a 1 mana trigger from them. So that's the reason I play the Weatherlight completed on turn 2 instead of going with Ella's il-kor, because I know for sure it's going to die. So we might as well wait, because now we can play Cathar Commando with Flash if they do something else with their mana. Alright, Sacred Foundry. So, well, we need to be efficient with our mana here, so let's play Cathar Commando. If they want to deal with Cathar Commando, then we can bring it back with Lures later. They might be saving their burn spell for either our commander or maybe Lurus. So if they don't want to use it, we will start attacking them for 3. Okay, down to 22, and let's put Lurus in our hand and play a Curse-bound Witch. So you can see they are playing off curve because they are holding either the shock or the play with fire. Yeah, you can continue to see they are still playing off curve. Wow, they go for the Weatherlight completed. No, that's not very important to us. And now we miss land drops. And I think maybe I can attack with the 3-1, see if they want to trade. The result is that we net a token. So if they want to trade, then this is a good trade for us. Alright. This Cathar Commando, we can bring it back in multiple ways. We have the Can't Stay Away. And I mean, maybe we play Lurus, and if they kill it, we can Can't Stay Away it. Or we play our commander and hold up the Spark for any big permanent they can deploy. Maybe that's a good play. Oh, we don't have the white. Alright, so never mind. Thundering Barbarian. Gonna make a treasure. Alright, Snarl. Kind of unfortunate it was a Snarl. Alright, so let's go to attacks, and I feel like I should attack with the 2-2 and the 1-2. If they want to kill the 1-2, should I? If they want to kill the 1-2, then we need another permanent, and we can always bring the 1-2 back with Lurus. So that's a constant generation of value for us. Yeah, they eat the Curse-bound Witch, so 2 triggers. Oh, we even find the land here. Torment of Scarab, this doesn't, no. That's not very good. Cauldron Familiar, not very good. So let's take the land for the next turn. And here we can tap 3 for Lurus. If they want to kill Lurus, then next turn we can use the Can't Stay Away, bring it back, and recast something from our graveyard. Oh, that was really unfortunate because the arrival of Lurus triggered il-kor, and that gave them priority to kill Lurus. Otherwise, we would have been able to cast the Curse-bound Lich. So that was unfortunate. Bank job for them and John Johnson. So bank job is too powerful, too powerful, way too powerful. So I'm looking at what we have in the graveyard, and I think that what we need to do is we need to first, yeah, we're not going to use March. We can bring Lurus back and then cast Cathar Commando and destroy the bank job. So let's bring Lurus. Lurus brings back our graveyard, which means we can access Cathar Commando one more time, which means we can get rid of the bank job, and that's a good play because that we can do it every turn basically. Well, this synergy is, well, Lurus is great, but the fact that we are pinging them every time. Ooh, Adult Copper Dragon, Ancient Copper Dragon. The fact that we are pinging them with every play that we make, you don't realize, but they are already at 17 and we are at 28. So Vanishing Verse, get rid of that, and yeah, opponent scoops it up. Wow, the value from this deck is tremendous. This will be our last round, playing with Elas il-kor and Lurus as companion. If you want to subscribe, you can go click the subscribe button and you will subscribe. That's as easy as anything else. I would be delighted if you could subscribe to the channel. Let's grow together. Let's create a wonderful community of people that enjoy the best format in Arena, which is Historic Brawl. Easily. And the brightest future has this format on Arena. I have many expectations of this format for the upcoming years, and we will be here, and I'm going to bring you the best content for sure. Alright, so 3 mana. You can see Elas il-kor already on the battlefield. Opponent has set up pretty nicely with Hardened Scale and also two of their most their most powerful cards in their deck for what they are trying to do. And what they are trying to do is they are Kodama, so they are trying to play a lot of modified creatures, and when they attack us with modified creatures, they can start ramping and casting even bigger and better spells. But what this deck is so good at is at having easy access removal spells. We can deal with Kodama in multiple ways, or at least in one way, Spark Harvest, not multiple, because this Spark doesn't deal with it. And I think I like to put Lurus on our hand and take a moment to Spark Harvest Kodama. And we have two options: either sack Viconia and hope to bring it back with Lurus, or sack Elas il-kor and bring it back immediately. We have to decline the trigger, because if you don't decline the trigger, then Elas il-kor is going to go to your command zone and nothing will work. So make sure that when you are doing that sacrifice thing, you need to decline the putting the commander on the command zone. And they play Augur of Autumn. We have a Tabland. And thinking here, well, I hate this. I hate these specialized cards. I never know what they do. So just going to treat this as a random 2/3. I think that's more valuable for them an Augur than an Elas il-kor. So they want block. And now we can put Lurus on the battlefield and recast Kaya's Ghost form. And let's see, I think I'd like to protect Lurus, right? Like, it's our most valuable engine piece right now. Because if the other 2 creatures die, then we can bring them back with lures, so we might as well protect lures. This deck is insane. This deck is insane. I mean, companions are broken and stuff, but opponent scoops it up. Alright, 5-0, baby. We reached the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this deck. I would like to thank Jordi for sharing this list with me. It was pretty astonishing. This was a very good deck. Goes directly to one of my preferred deck lists, so I'm going to be playing with Elas il-kor and refining it and finding even better ways to abuse the duo dynamico, which is Elas plus lures. I hope you also all enjoyed that video. If you did, please consider subscribing, leaving a like and a comment, and blah 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 blah. See each other in the next video.